My sister destroyed my house and claimed that I stole her big moment. So I went against our parents and finally taught her a lesson. 2 months ago, my husband passed away after being hit by a drunk driver, so I'm still in the process of grieving. My sister has done little more than offer her condolences at the funeral. She has always been a little self-centered, and the best way to describe it is to tell you what happened at my graduation party. As I was cutting the cake, my sister screamed in pain and started yelling, "There's something wrong with my leg. Please check my leg." Our parents hurriedly took her to the hospital, but the doctor said it was nothing. She later admitted that she was just playing a prank, since she didn't like the attention I was getting. I've always chalked it up to her lively personality and never held any grudges. However, she recently hosted a baby shower at her house and invited me to attend. I didn't want to go since any small thing could trigger my grief of losing my husband, but then she sent me messages like, "The least you could do is be a good sister and bring me a nice gift." So I went, but I brought my comfort pillow and some wet tissues just in case. I left both of these in the car before going inside my sister's house. I spent most of the time talking with my mother and her comforting me, but when the time came for them to announce the gender and name of the baby, my worst fears came true. My sister excitedly told us that they were going to use the name Jolene. Everyone clapped, but my mind shut down instantly. You see, a couple years ago, I was pregnant with my own daughter. Me and my husband kept it a secret, especially since I ended up having a miscarriage. And the name we chose? Yup, it was Jolene. Memories of my husband laughing while setting up the nursery and decorating the entire house started flashing through my mind. All I wanted at that moment was to hug him, but he was no longer there. I knew the waterworks were coming, so I left as quietly as I could and rushed to my car for the tissues. I spent around 10 minutes just sobbing, and then decided to drive home. I texted my sister that I had an emergency and complimented the name she had chosen. I told her it was an amazingly unique name, and then went to sleep. The next day, I woke up to the sound of windows breaking. I quickly put on some clothes and rushed downstairs, only to find my sister standing in my living room. I looked around and saw that my couch cushions were slashed open. My cutlery was on the ground, and almost all of my windows were broken. I yelled, "What the hell are you doing?" That's when my sister yelled back and accused me of ruining her big moment. She said that after I left, everyone started asking about me, and then started offering their sympathies. She claimed I made people forget about her baby at her own baby shower, and said I did it all on purpose. I called her crazy and managed to kick her out before she did any more harm to my house. I was so distressed and knew that fixing the damages wouldn't be easy. But then a few hours later, I got a call from my mother. Apparently, my sister had already cried to her about the entire situation. And to my surprise, my mother told me that I was in the wrong for leaving so abruptly. She said she knew what my sister did to my house was bad, but told me to apologize and keep the peace. You're telling me I should apologize because she felt the need to trash my house and throw a tantrum, and that too all because other people felt sympathy for me? I hung up and booted up my laptop. I knew what my sister valued the most was her reputation and public image, so I decided to get back at her. I retrieved the footage from my security cameras of her trashing my house and posted it on Facebook with the caption, "My sister trashed my house a few weeks after my husband's death." The fallout was crazy. So many people denounced her actions in the comments, and even her workplace found out about it. She was suspended without pay and showed up to threaten me, but this time I was prepared. The cops were waiting nearby and arrested her. Have fun spending the night in jail since you couldn't be even a little bit understanding.